AFTV Lee 2-0 to the Arsenal. All smiles, but it was a bit of a slog for a lot of that game. They made it really difficult for us. And do you know what? They nearly nicked it in 90 minutes. That chance that Carroll had right near the end. They could have nicked it.
100%. That was a hard watch, wasn't it? That was a hard watch today. It wasn't the greatest game. But yeah, I think Newcastle will be a little bit disappointed because that was their game plan. Of course it was, to play that way. And they had the chance. And I have to say that, Leno probably won't get the credit that he deserves. I think, it'll go to other players, the substitutes and whatever. But that was a game-changing save. If he doesn't make that save, we lose the game. It's as simple as that. We'd have been out of the cup. So fair play to Leno. He takes a little bit of criticism, me and you give him a little bit every now and then. But when he plays well, when he comes up trumps, I think we're honest enough to give him the praise that he deserves, and he deserves that for that save.
Manager got it right, started with him and not Runnison, because he saw the game plan. It was all about lumping the ball up to Andy Carroll.
Yeah,
being very physical, which I thought the defenders coped with the physicality well, and Leno was up for the fight as well. I'm not too sure if Runnison, as quite a green goalkeeper to the league as well, that might have been a tough game for him today.
Yeah, I think the right decision. I'm not going to lie. When I see Leno's name there, I was relieved. Because I think that. Renaissance, I don't think it's quite ready yet. I know he's 25 and whatever, but again, I don't know who recruited him as a goalkeeper, and I don't really want to slag him off too much. He's had one bad game, but I've seen him in another couple of games before that when he's been shaky. And I'm a big traditionalist with the FA Cup. I love the FA Cup, and I don't want us to throw it away. I want us to, if we're going to go out, let's go out guns blazing and not on poor decisions and decision making of team selection. So for me, the right decision from the manager, that was.
FA Cup's still very important to you?
Well, yeah, it is. It always is. I think I've grown up loving it, and obviously Arsenal doing well in it and all that. But last season, I see things last season, and certainly with what I've seen this season, teams being made to play weakened teams and all that is not doing the FA Cup any good whatsoever. If I'll be honest, but I think that any team that gets into this stage of the cup deserves to be playing the team that they feel that they should be able to pick. Now I know that teams are going to make changes and not play their full teams at this moment in time, but being forced to play the young kids, and that's great for them, but for the integrity of the cup, I don't think it's a good thing, if I'll be honest.
Yeah, and talking of young kids, listen, it was the young kids in our team that once again stepped up, and Smith-Rowe. Smith-Rowe doing the business. Saka had an impact when he came on. All the subs kind of had an impact, but some of those more established players or the so-called bigger names, Willian, all these Pepes and all these guys, again, outshone by the youngsters.
Letting us down, Robbie. Letting us down. Not for the first time. Pepe today, disappointing. I look at him and I think, he's got ability, but where's the end product of him? And it's just not happening for him. Willian, I thought done okay first half, but faded. Aubameyang was poor apart from his goal. It has to be said. We can't beat around the bush. I thought he was poor today, but he has got. Whether you like it or not, he's got money in the bank. He's got credit in the bank. So you're going to give him that little bit extra leeway. But, it was a terrible watch. It wasn't really enjoyable. It wasn't nothing going on. As soon as you brought on Saka and as soon as you brought on Smith-Rowe, and also a big mention to Granit Xhaka today, because I thought he made a big difference in the midfield as well. People like to criticise him, but he played really well when he come on today. Showed you what he's lacking in that midfield. But Smith-Rowe again today, ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous that he could have actually lost him for a sending off. A horrendous decision from the ref. Can't wait to send Arsenal players off these refs. And that was the proof in the pudding there today that they couldn't wait to do that, Robbie, because it was never a sending off. But luckily for VAR, so good up old VAR today. But even though, we're going to say, great on VAR, It should never have ever been into that. Never got into that decision. It was just poor. This is what I'm saying. VAR is only there because of poor refereeing. But
although you know what, Lee, right? Somebody was pointing out, right, the fact that, I mean, you know, when we watch the game, we have the sound right down. But somebody was pointing out that, like, the Newcastle player screamed out, "Ah!" You know what I mean? And again, that doesn't help the refs, does it? They see it split moment. The player screams out. They think to himself, "Oh, has he caught his shin or something?" You know what I mean? That's where you have a little sympathy sometimes for these refs. At least he's gone and looked on it and turned it around.
And the correct decision was made, so like I can go on that. Like obviously, like the correct decision wasn't made on the penalty, but that's another thing. But the main thing was that, you know, it was a ridiculous decision. Thankfully for VAR, and they got it right. And of course, you know, from Newcastle's point of view, like they're probably thinking, oh, like, you know, the one person that's going to go and score is Smith-Rowe after that incident. And what a finish. I've just watched it back a little. It was a great finish, you know what I mean? Lacazette's got to take a little bit of credit for getting his head in there, but there was a hell of a lot of work to do from there. And you know, listen, we've got a gem in Smith-Rowe. I think that, you know, he's a top player. I think I watched him a couple of years ago at Boreham Wood when he started in that game and done really, really well. And I think the loan spell in Huddersfield has helped him. But as somebody said to me, I was having a conversation with someone in the week, and they turned around and said, at 20 years of age, you know, I don't think Jack Grealish was as good as Emil Smith-Rowe. So, you know, if he can progress, and it's a big if at the moment, but if he can, what a player we've got on our hands, Robbie. Like, you know, alongside Saka and Martinelli. That's the biggest worry for me today, was Martinelli going off injured in a warm-up, you know, so that's a bit of a worry. But, you know, these kids are the future for us. These are the ones that are going to keep us going, because you see what you see with the senior players in that first half, the Pepes and the Willians, and then when the youngsters come on, the difference, not just with the result, but the performance, the way we play as well. There's an energeticness about us, you know, and you can start enjoying the game. And as I said on the stream, I fancy just nicking one because we've got those players that can do that. Like, you know, where in the first half, I didn't see anything.
Yeah. Next through to the next round though, which is always great. It's a shame that I always like looking forward to the next round, especially when you're in this early stage, because you could have a really nice destination to go to.
Yeah.
You know those ones where it's a ground. I remember a couple of seasons ago we went to Preston. I was like,
brilliant.
Yeah, and you know, ground that you haven't been to before or you haven't been to for ages. You know what I mean? But obviously with what's going on with the pandemic and that, it's gonna, you know, we won't be able to go. But at least we're in the hat for the next round.
Exactly, you know what I mean. Like this is a time, the FA Cup. You know, like I don't know if you're on Facebook, when Instagram, a year ago or 2 years ago, the pictures have come up of when you was going to Notts Forest or you was going to Preston and those sort of games. At Blackpool as well was another great one. Like, you know, I do really enjoy those. This is when you think, oh, I do miss. You know, this is when you start missing. It's particularly the away games, to go to grounds like that and enjoy it. But it is what it is, and we just, you know, got to get on with it at this moment in time. As we all know, so many people going down with it at the moment. You know, I know so many more people have got COVID this time around than last. So it's, you know, it's unfortunate that we can't go to games, and, you know, the safety of everybody's more important. But we're in the next round, Robbie, and you know, maybe with 10, 15 minutes to go, we didn't think we may be in that. So we're in the next round, and that's all you can. And it doesn't matter how well you play. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's about getting through to the next round. No one remembers what you've done in the third round. It's what you do, you know, further on. So we're in the next round, and whoever it's going to be, let's hope the draw is a little bit kinder to us this time.
Nice one. Thanks a lot, Lee.
No worries.
This video is supported by Profit Accumulator. Profit Accumulator helps you to earn extra money by doing something called match betting. Match betting isn't gambling. And when you do it properly, and I mean properly, you can't lose. Now, you always see these promotions by bookmakers like Ladbrokes, William Hill's, Corals, offering a £50 bonus to customers. So you sign up and you might place a £50 bet on a coin toss landing on heads and a £50 bet on the same coin toss landing on tails. Now, whichever way it lands, it don't matter. because you won't win or lose any money because you've covered all of the outcomes. However, you get the £50 bonus, so you're still £50 up. Now, lots of people try to do match betting on their own, but it's very time consuming and not always easy if you don't know what you're doing. That's where Profit Accumulator come in. Even if you don't know anything about sports, they walk you through everything step by step, showing you how to accumulate money into your bank account. So get involved right now. Click the link in the description and sign up to Profit Accumulator right now.